Hey, critics, and welcome back to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel where you get commentary reviews and tabloid news. Y'all, today, it's been a day, and we are switching it from Big Tigger now to his wife, Alicia Brown. Now, as a reminder, we've been closely following the happenings as it pertains to radio personality Big Tigger and his wife, Alicia Brown. And this time, Alicia, though, is the one who's been arrested, according to TMZ, which is where I saw it first. Now, I am going to be reading an article, but it's going to be the article from Fox 5 Atlanta because I like the way it's written, but also because they reference TMZ in the story as well. So I'm kind of getting like a little bit of a 2 for 1. So let me pull that up real quick and I just want to read what it says. The headline states Big Tigger's estranged wife arrested on Maryland kidnapping warrants. And the article goes on to say Alicia Denise Brown, 37 of Atlanta, she was taken into custody during a traffic stop. Now, according to the Hart County Sheriff's Office, deputies received an alert about the car traveling north on the interstate. Deputies then pulled over the vehicle near exit 177 along with Georgia State Patrol troopers. The woman and 2 young children were taken into custody and no one was injured. Now, I will say that when it comes to the two young children, TMZ reports that they are the children that's actually shared by Brown and Tigger. But I'm going to say that, as a reminder, his biological child is the last child she had, which is 1 years old, and then the 13-year old is, and I'm just this is assuming that he was the one that was in the video. So if he was the narrator in the video, he does not refer to Big Tigger as daddy. He actually refers to him as, I think, Mr. Tigger, if I'm not mistaken. So with that being said, that's when I was telling y'all that sometimes in the articles they'll reference and say that they would say things like their children. So that's what I wanted to point out because this is one of those articles that does give the impression that both the children are their children. But when you do marry somebody, there are times where you lean into the role of being the step parent. But if I'm being honest with you, based off the video that I saw, it doesn't give me the impression that the 13-year-old sees Big Tigger as like daddy based off of just the way he referenced him. It doesn't mean that he doesn't see him as a father figure, but just based off of what I heard him say, he does refer to Big Tigger as Mr. Tigger, I believe. So, yeah, that's the latest as it pertains to that. But I wanted to go back actually to an article. This is the throwback article from 2014, where it all first began when Alicia Brown was initially arrested in Baltimore after she was at a casino gambling for hours and left her daughter in the car. According to the article that is from WBALTV.com, it says a 24-year-old Baltimore woman faces child neglect and abuse charges after police said she left her 4-year-old child in the car unattended for more than 8 hours. Around 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, the Anne Arundel County officers were called to level 4 of the Maryland Live Casino parking garage after getting a call of an unattended child in a parked vehicle. Now, police said that the Maryland Live security personnel, they were just doing their routine patrol of the parking garage when they said they noticed a young child crying and unattended inside a parked car on level 4. Investigators said that they learned the vehicle arrived at or around 10 a.m. Tuesday, where a woman left the car and went into the casino area of Maryland Live Casino. Authorities said based on the investigation, the low temperature, the child's age, and the obvious distress, medics were called to the scene to check the child for injuries. The child was then taken to Baltimore Washington Medical Center for an examination. Just before they basically transported the child, a woman basically returned to the scene and identified the child as hers, police said. Authorities then say that they learned that the child was 4 years old. Police said that that's when Alicia was identified, and she was then arrested at the scene and charged with second-degree child abuse, confined attended child under 8 years old, and neglect of a minor. Police who rescued the girl said that she had wet herself. Ugh, during that time, and it was cold due to that and the freezing temperatures. Officials did say that the girl didn't have access to any food, no water, and there was basically nothing left for her to keep warm except blankets that had been used to cover the rear windows of the vehicle so nobody could see inside. Detectives said that Brown initially told them her 17-year-old cousin was supposed to be watching the girl, but basically they had camera footage, and after doing the investigation of the footage, they said she was basically the only person that was there. And then she recanted her statement and then told the truth, saying that, yeah, it wasn't her 17-year-old cousin that was supposed to be watching. The officers who handled the case said the following. This officer name was TJ Smith. He said that this is parental selfishness, absolute stupidity, just a reckless, reckless, reckless abandonment. You can't do this. And any parent out there who thinks they can do this, the same thing is going to happen to you. Interesting. After being examined by doctors, the child was found to be in good health, other than cold and hungry and showing no signs of physical abuse, child abuse. The child was okay, but she was cold and hungry. Police and said Child Protective Services was contacted in reference to the incident, and a safety plan was developed before the child was released to a relative as part of that plan. They said in the article, Brown is being held at the Jennifer Road Detention Center, and her bail was set at the time at $150,000. Now, I will do a little bit more digging in this case just to kind of come out with some details. But I will say that as of about a week ago, they still had not found her daughter. So her daughter that's missing, she is still officially missing. So those kidnapping charges is what Alicia was actually arrested on. And again, just as a reminder, the father to the child who he shares with Alicia, he's been reportedly looking for his daughter for years. Ever since she's been missing, he has not given up hope, and is hoping that he'll be able to locate and find her. The authorities do sound like they believe, or should I say the streets sound like they believe, that Alicia does know where her daughter is and that she is somewhere safe, but Alicia is aware of her whereabouts. More to come as it pertains to the story. I will not give you too much of a timeline this go round just because this is pertaining specifically to Alicia Brown, but it's not looking good for nobody. Because where are the kids going to go now? They can't go with Tigger because of the charges that are probably on him. They definitely can't go with her, baby. They just took her away. She probably gonna be transported back to Maryland in order to serve time or to await her trial so she can serve her time, do whatever needs to be, the fines, whatever they're going to do as it pertains to this. If I'm being transparent, if the kidnapping was that, why didn't they do it a while ago? Why is it just now coming to the point to where they're actually arresting her? That's my question. And I don't know the law like that, so it could be just one of those things where it's like, well, you don't really realize. Well, tell me. Y'all put that in the comments. I would definitely like to know. But there's more to come when it comes to this, but it looks like Alicia's in jail. And also that Big Tigger, unfortunately, has these charges on him. And so he cannot take over the kids either. And so it's a matter of like, what are the children going to do? What are they going to do? We shall see. As a reminder, y'all, here at the Critic Chronicles, our goal is to provide quality but juicy content from websites, digital magazines, and tabloids, most of which are sourced from our public libraries. Research from the National Library of Medicine show that there are an estimated 17,000 public libraries nationwide, totaling 4 million visits each day. Public libraries are civic organizations that are committed to providing invaluable resources beyond books that are free and open to the public. Get your library card to access thousands of resources today. For access to past episodes, check out the description box. Also, be sure to subscribe to our backup channel, Hey Critics, also linked in the show notes. Thanks again for tuning in to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.